Hello and welcome to Home by Design. It's Loretta and I'm looking forward to sharing another light reflection on creating a home to love. I've spent years designing homes based on the knowledge that great design principles support great outcomes as they relate to creating a home to love. My driving passion / motivation in creating this podcast is that I truly believe that it's in the heart of every woman to create a home to love. As we begin our final episode on the topic of knowing your season and learning how to make wise decisions in prioritizing your focus in a way that complements the season that you are currently in, knowing your season will also help simplify your life, relieve unnecessary stress, while streamlining and uncomplicating your daily life. Let's pick up where we left off from last episode by naming the 8 categories of life that represent living life to the fullest. I described a wheel that was divided equally into 8 sections that were enclosed in an outer rim and held together in the center by a hub. In case you're listening for the first time, the 8 sections represented 8 life categories: relationships, career, family, children, finances, home management, fitness, and hobbies. Now, the center hub is significant because it holds everything together. So whatever that means to you, it should represent the place that brings stability to your life. A place or person that you can count on to always be there when you need an anchor. A rock that continually brings your life back to center. The hub is spiritual in nature. For me, it represents my faith in God, who is my rock. So if you had to choose the 3 most important life categories for this season of your life, what would they be? As I've mentioned before, I have 3 children, 3 adult children, who are really spaced out in age. My second child arrived 5 years after my first, and my third child arrived 8 years after my second. So we basically took 13 years to have 3 children. But when my third child arrived, it was at a season when all 8 of these life categories were significant responsibilities in my life. We were now a family of 5, which meant I had to focus on relationship building, family, home management, and financial responsibilities. My career was at a demanding stage. Fitness had gained importance because I was now at that time in my late 30s. And I still wanted to have time for volunteering and serving others and participating in the hobbies that I enjoyed. Like many of you, I found myself in a dilemma. It had become increasingly difficult to manage life by keeping or trying to keep all these priorities in the air at the same time. I had truly little margin and downtime to just take a breath at times. Everyday life began to take its toll. But for me, it was the beginning of learning about my own personal limitations and praying for the wisdom I needed to prioritize life categories according to my season of life that I was currently in. Ultimately, it involved stepping down from some leadership and volunteer roles, even hobbies that I enjoyed. But how I gained the margin that I needed in my life to do a few things well versus attempting to do too many things not so well. What about you? If you can take an honest look at your season of life, it will help you to simplify and prioritize your life categories in order to live a life of quality and not quantity within the relationships that matter the most. You know, it's a myth to believe that we can have it all and all at the same time. So I want to encourage you to know your season, and with a little wisdom, you will know what and where to give priority to your life categories. Now, how does all this relate to interior design? Well, season of life is one of the most important design elements applied to designing a home that actually complements the way a family lives and how it needs to function to meet their needs. There's so much more on this topic on my design blog, so feel free to take a look anytime at alightreflection.com. Now, as I sign off today, I want to leave you with a thought. And it's a wise thought and triumphant in nature. And I get this wisdom word from the book of Psalm. And it goes like this. So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom. So that's our good word for today. So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom. Remember, our home is by design. It's intentional. So until next time, enjoy your home, enjoy your family, and take the time to enjoy a cup of tea. Until next time, be encouraged.